Hey everyone, so welcome to another Monday devotion with D. Well, that's me. So with me, but I'm D. Welcome. I used to always worry about what people thought of me and would try so hard to live by society's standards. Then I realized that I was created to be different, and regardless of what I did, I would never fit in. So I decided to follow my dreams instead. Join me on this journey as I grow in my faith, go through the ups and downs of pharmacy school, and most importantly, being God's masterpiece. So in this video, I want to talk about something that is hard for me. Well, not hard for me, but it's hard to accept for me. I just want to talk about understanding and knowing your triggers. I feel like it's hard to grow as a person, and it's hard to move forward in life and become a better person if you don't understand what ticks you off. If you don't understand your triggers, if you don't know what gets you mad, what throws you over the edge, what gets you emotional, then it's hard to really control those things, and it's hard to really move forward and be the person that God has created you to be. So I thought about this video idea when I had to get corrected on something. Y'all, I do not take correction well, and this is something that I know about myself, or I thought I knew this about myself. I didn't realize to the extent as to how much I really do not take correction well. I'm the type of person where I try to do everything so perfect, and I try my hardest to make sure it's right. And when I try my hardest, if someone tells me, oh no, this is actually wrong, or actually you did this incorrect, I get so offended, and I'm just like, what did you just say? And it's never obvious, or at least I don't think it's obvious. I'm usually just like, oh, like, okay, like, I'll make sure to change this, but deep down I'm just cringing, and I'm just like when people try to tell me about myself, I'm just like, but you're wrong. And this is bad. This is the problem, and I feel like a lot of us can fall into this problem of not understanding our triggers. And so we will go on living our life thinking that we're so perfect, thinking that we're so great, and that when people try to call us out, we're like, no, you're wrong actually. Some people are calling you out on things that aren't true, but they're just doing what they're doing. But sometimes it could very well be true. And I realized that one of my triggers is that when others try to correct me, I get offended, or even getting easily offended by certain things that people are saying that are true. Granted, sometimes people don't always do it in love, which I think is very important to understand. If you are correcting someone, always do it in love. And the whole point I'm getting at with this video is that you can't change something if you don't even know what the issue is. You can't move forward if you don't know what's holding you back. And so that's why I kind of just wanted to do this video and talking about triggers, because if you already know what upsets you, if you already know what gets you angry, then you can work on that. I have to work on my humility and understanding that when people are trying to correct me, it's not because there's something wrong with me. It's not because they hate me. It's not because I'm a terrible person or anything like that, but it's truly because they want to see me grow and they want to see me do better in life. And I had to learn this, and I had to constantly work on this and humbling my heart and understanding, what it is that upsets me. And so I want all of you this week to kind of reflect on that and kind of think about certain things, like what gets me so upset. Is it being on social media and seeing people super happy, people who have things that I want, and then I get mad and I get angry and envious and jealous on the inside? When people correct you, do you get offended? Do you get angry? Do you retaliate? Do you say something back and tell them like no? Or whether it be fear, you know, when you are given a new task, when you are given a new adventure, given a new project or something, do you like try to run away from it? Do you try to avoid it because you like to be comfortable and you like to be in the same thing over and over? I think it's important to understand our triggers and to address them. So in James 4 verse 10, it says, "Humble yourselves before the Lord and he will lift you up in honor." And I think this is really important to, you know, address our triggers, humble ourselves, is to, one, realize the triggers that we have, humble ourselves, and address them. And God will seriously bring you where he needs you to go and direct you where you need to go and allow you to be the child that he has created. And I feel like it's hard when you understand that there are things that you know you need to address, but you can't humble yourself enough. I feel like if I know what upsets me and I work on not letting it get to me, then I won't get upset as often, right? You know, this week we should really try to focus on realizing the things that upset us, realize the things that kind of just trigger us to be people that we know we shouldn't, and people that we don't even like. Like, you don't want to be that person. And I think, you know, once you realize them, humble yourself and allow God to truly shape and mold you to be the child that he has created, to be his masterpiece. So I wanted to do a video about this because this week I realized, like, wow, that he's like, you really need to do better. You know, when people are correcting you, they're not trying to make you look bad, they're just trying to help you. Granted, there are people out there who are trying to make you look bad, but don't even think like that. And it's just like I always like think about the worst possible things. So I'm almost like, wow, they probably are saying this because of this and that, and it's just like, no one's thinking about you that much. So I wouldn't go that far or think like that, but that's where my brain goes sometimes. And so just understanding what triggers me to make my mind go that way. Don't let certain thoughts get into your mind. Don't let certain things on social media. Sometimes you can't go on social media. Whatever your trigger is, address it, you know, and truly take steps towards humbling yourself and getting past that. So that way in the future, if I do get corrected, I'd be like, oh wow, like I didn't even realize that I did this way. Thank you so much for pointing that out, and I'm going to try to do better next time. Instead of thinking in my head, oh, they're just trying to say that to make you look bad. Like, no, think of the best possible scenario. Even if that's not the case, think of it that way. You know, change your perspective. That's what I really want to get at in this video, and I hope it encourages you to kind of just take a step back and kind of think about certain things that you get triggered. You know, if you know you get upset about certain things, you know, if you get angry about certain things, kind of take a step back and be like, why? What triggered you to get to that point? And how can you humble yourself to address it and fix it so that these triggers don't bother you so much in the future? So that's it. I hope that this video was helpful, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Y'all already know the deal. You can comment below or you can email me at behismasterpiece@gmail.com. Go out, love people, be kind, be nice, and as always, be his masterpiece. Bye everyone.